Weak connection. Well, hopefully it won't be too weak, because we can't be having no weak connections up in here. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, how about that? Yes, boom. Hopefully this poor connection gets better. It's probably because we got so many different devices running, but we're gonna make it work. It's only an hour, so it should be very interesting. I know right now it's 7:29, so we getting ready to go on in just a few minutes. Don't forget, if you want to call us, the number to call us is 804-915-5202. What? Hey, Terry. Hi, Michelle, Adam, and Tanisha. Hi, y'all. We are here. We're here. So, we are ready to talk to you guys in a little bit. And we'll be definitely taking some notes and kind of, we want to hear from you. We want to hear, some of the things that you may want us to discuss. Some of the things you may want to talk about. If you want to talk to us, please call us. If you're at home and you're in the local area, please know that we are on Comcast. Hey, T. You'll be on soon. We'll have something good to talk about. Hi, Richard. If you're home, turn your TVs on. What is Comcast? Always forget.
Verizon 36, Comcast 95.
Girl, we might need this table all the time and bring out that.
Good, it's good. Go, Lily.
Good evening, everyone, and we are Motivational Brown Gyrlz, and we're happy to be with you this evening. I want to make sure that you know who I am. I am none other than Lily Mae of Motivational Brown Gyrlz, 50% of Motivational Brown Gyrlz, that is. And this is my 50, as I call her, Miss Amber J, Miss Zeta Phi Beta herself. And we're here tonight to talk to you a little bit about Motivational Brown Gyrlz, particularly who we are, when we were founded, how we were founded, what we're about, and then we're going to talk to you a little bit more about what MBG Speaks 101 is. So, Amber, can you believe we're here?
No, I'm waiting to snap out of my dream.
So first and foremost, we must say we are delighted. We're delighted to have individuals on Facebook Live. We're delighted to have individuals on Periscope. We're delighted to have all of you here. Please know that around 8 o'clock we'll be breaking, and after that we love to have your phone calls. So I'm so glad that you guys have tuned in. So let's get down to business. Let's talk a little bit about how Motivational Brown Gyrlz came into play and what we're looking to do, where we are in our mission. So Amber thought that I was going to do all of this, but no, she's going to talk to you a little bit about how we became Motivational Brown Gyrlz and what inspired this endeavor.
So, of course, as she introduced me, I am Amber J, the other half of Motivational Brown Gyrlz. And our story is very long and drawn out, but we can give you a short version. So back in July, me and Lily Mae linked up through a mutual friend of hers. And once we started talking, that was around the time of the different shootings that were going on, particularly Austin Sterling and Philando Castile. I myself, they do a lot of research and things. I was already into what happened, who was at fault, things like that. And the Philando Castile shooting really touched me, as well as Lily Mae. So out of the blue, Lily Mae was like, we got to talk about this. We just got to do something about this. And so I said, okay, girl, that's fine. And, at first I thought it was going to be a hobby thing. Next thing you know, we were on Facebook Live. And then, we're just here. We're just here. It all happened from July to now. We're here in front of y'all on TV, getting ready to be on TV in the spring, bringing to you something fresh, something that's needed from two brown girls that has a passion for people to educate, to be agents of change, and to get out there and motivate people to stop sitting behind and have dialogue circles about it, but actually go and provoke people to start changing and making changes that you want to see. That's my 15 cents for today.
So she basically said everything. Our mission is to inspire and motivate individuals to act in decency and in order through the provision of self-help, early intervention, and dialogue. You notice we said to act in decency and in order. Anybody that knows me knows that I have a tendency to get a little excited, I'm going to say, because I'm passionate. However, we want people to act in decency and in order. So we're not talking about looting and burning down your own stores in your own communities. No shade thrown to Baltimore, that is. But, you know, we're excited. So first things first, we're going to give you a little bit about ourselves so that you will understand that we're not just here talking about things that we have no background or prior knowledge of. And also so we can provide you with credentials, because we know we're in a world of credentials. However, we have a POTUS elect who does not have credentials, but we're not going to go there. However, we want to let you know that we have the credentials and the prior knowledge to provide self-help, early intervention, and dialogue. So Amber, I'm going to shoot it to you because I told her early elders go first.
Okay. As for me, I work for the state, Commonwealth of Virginia, particularly in corrections, so I do know a little bit about the reentry, the guys that are serving long-term, short-term, different things like that, and just the inner workings as far as how corrections overall is affecting Virginia and those that work for corrections. I do have a bachelor's degree in criminal justice with a minor in psychology, so I do come across a lot of mental health. I do pick up on if somebody is coming in a little crazy, but I don't have a general idea, but I just have a little bit like, oh, you know, you may want to check this person out. So, of course, my degree comes from Virginia Commonwealth University.
Go Rams!
All day. But, and also I've, go to attend church. I've done Bible study, different things like that. So my perspective is real well-rounded, I would say. I see from a spiritual standpoint, from a reality standpoint, and I give everybody their opportunity to just express what they may see and not knock it down. I think that's the big thing about us, is that we're willing to listen first to what anybody has to say about any situation, any topic, and then give our insight and our facts to what we have on that topic. We're not just coming at you with just stuff on top of the head, stuff that's in the heart, and there's no backing behind it. Trust and believe, we research every single thing, and
That's right.
and we're not always right. We might have a passion for something, but we may not always be right. So therefore, before we educate y'all, we have to educate ourselves.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna pass it back to Lily Mae.
So, once again, as I always introduce myself, I'm your girl, Lily Mae, and I am that sophista ratchet individual, as Amber calls me.
Yes.
I have a very, very wild nail game, and my hair will change. It may be like this today, and I may have a afro tomorrow. But I am who I am. I am a proud graduate of Virginia State University with a bachelor's in criminal justice. I am a proud graduate of Virginia Commonwealth University with a master's in criminal justice and a postmaster's in public administration. So yes, I can validate my expertise in economics, urban development, and government. I also am a proud graduate of Liberty University's professional counseling program, emphasizing marriage and family therapy. And most recently, I did receive an educational specialist component in teaching and learning with student services. So we together are very well-rounded. We balance one another out. The interesting thing is that Amber works in corrections now. I started my career in corrections at Central State. And anybody that knows anything about Central State will know that Central State is a forensic unit. They have a forensic unit and they have a civil side. I worked in the forensic unit. And there you meet a lot of interesting people and you learn a lot about yourself. Which brings us to MBG's mission to inform, to educate, to inspire, and motivate. The idea is that we want to enhance the quality of interpersonal communication amongst our young people and our young adults. And so those are the things that I think Amber and I share, in that we know how to have fun and turn up, but we also know when it's time to turn down, get serious, and get to business. And that's what we're doing with Motivational Brown Gyrlz. We turn off after 5 o'clock those things that may stress us during the day. We work in stressful professions. Currently, I'm a high school educator. I love teaching my kids. I do not love the testing component. And I'm very proud to teach kids. Maybe 10, 20 years ago, you would have called me saying, I ain't teaching nobody's kids. But you know what I found out? I found out that the children are definitely the future. Okay? We have to catch our babies and coddle them while they are still babies. I don't care if they are in high school. They are my babies. I treat them as such, simply because just because they're high school students, we want them to follow rules and regulations, yet we sometimes hold them to adult standards. You can't have both.
That's true. That's very
true. If you're straddling the fence as an adult, what do you expect the kids to do?
That's true.
But I'm gonna get off of that soapbox. So tonight, we definitely want to introduce to you MBG SPEAKS 101, and we're going to talk more about that in our second half. But we are scheduled to air in spring of 2017, April 20th, to be exact. And also, while we're here, we want to make sure that you like us on Facebook. We have a Facebook page. It is Motivational Brown Gyrlz. And remember, that is girls, Gyrlz. Gyrlz. We have a group, which is Motivational Brown Gyrlz Official MBG Group. And we also have our personal pages, Amber J, MBG, and Lily Mae, Official MBG. So we have social media. We have Instagram. We have Periscope. We have Twitter. We are everywhere because we want to connect with everybody. So since we're kind of introducing MBG Speaks 101, we're going to kind of go off on a tangent now. And we're going to talk about things that are passionate to us. Shout out to Legacy Internet Radio for giving us our first opening to come on and be a guest on a radio show. And we're going to use Marcus J's term of rant. So I'm going to let Amber J start ranting, because she knows when I get to ranting, it's going to go and go and go. So I'm going to let Amber J start ranting.
Today, I guess I'm just chill today on a rant. But I do have some concerns about our people in our community. I don't see no uproar about this mistrial with Walter Scott. No uproar about that. I don't see no uproar about the manslaughter, second degree, however you want to put it, on the other shootings that have happened. I don't see no uproar with that. But I see everybody's down for the mannequin challenge, or everybody's down for a certain dance challenge, whatever the case may be. I just want our people to be woke, so to speak. Just wake up and start educating yourself. Don't rely on media and other people to educate you. Educate yourself, because that comes first. I mean, when you have kids, they learn at home first before they go out in the street. And they'll pick up some things, and then they'll take it home, and you have to correct it at home. Like, you said what to me, or you doing what? Well, little Johnny said, that's cool at little Johnny's house, but in this house, we're not going to say that, we're not going to do that, and you need to go in that corner, or,
Oh, looks like we have a call already. Good evening, caller. You have Motivational Brown Gyrlz here. How are you?
Hey, guys. This is Rosa. Just calling. Listening. I am watching you. I am so proud of you, divas. Y'all do it.
So we have Raw Silk on the line, and we definitely have to shout out Raw Silk, because she inadvertently did not understand that she stimulated this. She invited me on her show, Sister to Sister, and she's coming back soon, so you're going to have to watch out for her. And Amber came on our second show, and it just sparked the interest, and she has a lot of things coming up, so we'll definitely be advertising Raw Silk's events on our Motivational Brown Gyrlz page. Raw Silk, aka Author Tracy Hardy Scott, aka New York's finest. She has all kinds of
Queen
names.
T. Yeah, Queen T. She got it all.
Thank you so much, Raw Silk, for calling.
This is not about me. This is about you guys. Keep doing phenomenal work.
Thanks so much.
Proud of you guys. Enjoy yourself.
Thank you. Love you. Night. See, this is what it's about. We have mentors. There are no big I's and no little U's. And I think with that, we're going to have to rant about some of the things that we've been observing. So I love education. And today a conversation started, and we talked a little bit about teachers and how we are held to a higher standard, but only in certain instances. So I'm going to pose a question, and I hope that educators and non-educators will call in. The question is, do you feel teachers should be drug tested? Why or why not? I have my own beliefs. As an educator, I personally feel like, yes, teachers should be drug tested, simply because if your bus drivers are drug tested and they're driving your kids, then teachers should be. Teachers are educating our kids. So is it okay for our teachers to be high or coming off of a high and teaching our kids, no matter how good of a teacher they are? So we need to discuss these things. See, these are the things that Motivational Brown Gyrlz, we talk about these things. We talk about the real issues. We talk about the things that we want parents and we want young people to really discuss, but they seem to be scared to discuss, or they seem to be scared to ask.
Let me interject you real quick, because this drug testing thing, I'm in my feelings, because for us in corrections, we're tested a lot. And I get the whole random thing, but I really feel like in the correction side, some people are targeted more than others with the whole random thing, and the way to go about it is just really, I'm not feeling it. But as far as corrections, that's security and non-security, we're tested all the time, and we're held to a higher standard all the time, especially dealing with fraternization. We're looked at as, you know better, you should do better, and if you example better, everybody else will follow. And I think I can say that that's in education as well. Like teachers, you do better, you at this high standard, so the kids will follow. And that's not necessarily not the case, because there's plenty of people in my profession as well that hit their bone every now and then, praying that they don't get tested. And then, of course, they know the ways around to get, make a clean sweep. But there are people who, in both sides, private and non-private sector, that legitimately do drugs, don't think nothing of it. It's just a job to them. They don't feel as if they're educating or teaching or planting seeds of growth for anything. So I think when you have that mindset of, it's just a job, I'm getting that money, what's drugs? Who am I teaching? I'm not teaching anybody. But you have to think that what you're doing, somebody is watching. Somebody's always watching. And what they see has a trickle-down effect, in my opinion. For example, if I'm an officer and I got an offender that's getting ready to come back into society, he's trying to stay drug-free, all this stuff, and I could be smelling like weed, but I'm not getting tested. It may trigger something in that offender. He'll go back home, start doing the same old stuff again, and once again, he's back into the system. So I think it goes for education as well. I mean, you can correct me more.
No, I mean, Amber, I agree. I feel as if we expect our kids to respect us, it goes to this whole thing, professionalism. What is professionalism? Because to me, professionalism is multifaceted. Professionalism is the way I dress. Professionalism is the way I communicate with my parents and my students. Professionalism can be the way I act on Friday night when I go out with my coworkers or my family and friends. because you never know who's watching you.
That's true.
You know, and for example, I was in Walmart over on the south side, and anybody who knows me know I work on the east end. My mother was here visiting. We were in Walmart. We were laughing and joking. And I get up to the counter to check out. And this kid says, "You look really familiar." But now I was in sweats and a t-shirt, hair all in a ponytail. So, you know. And I said, "I'm not sure." I said, "Well, what school do you go to?" And he said, "Highland Springs High School." I said, "Oh, yeah, I teach there." He said, "Oh, that is you. You look real different at work." I said, "Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be." And then we got engaged in a conversation, and I said to say, you never know who's watching you. You might think because you're getting high or getting wasted, people don't see it, but people see it. And the reality is, people had to check me on it. Shout out to Terry Harris, and she's watching right now. And she and her sister Greta, they had to check me on it because, you know, I'm in the bike world. I'm on a motorcycle with my little shorts on as my background picture. Oh, I thought I was bad. Greta said, "You need to take that down." And congratulations to Greta for being selected to be on LeVar Stoney's transition team. Danville represent. Y'all know I got to shout out Danville. But, you know, professionalism covers so many different things. And I think that as professionals, I would voluntarily offer to be drug tested because I know I have nothing to hide. But see, I think my issue comes in when you have individuals who inadvertently feel like they are getting away with something and they try to throw shade on other individuals in order to hide their own inadequacies. That's when I have an issue. So I am pro drug testing, just like I'm pro drug testing for recipients of certain, you know, forms of welfare. It's not a stab at the kids, but I do believe that we have to start holding people accountable. I cannot help who is getting ready to take office in January, and the fact that he has no experience, and the fact that he is putting CEOs of gas stations who clearly are crooks in the White House. I can't help that. I can only help myself. And my convictions tell me that I cannot be out here getting drunk and getting high and think I'm going to the classroom and teach some kids. Because guess what? The kids can tell when you smoke weed and when you don't. And they will talk about you. They will talk about you.
And report you as well. They will definitely
do something that they don't like. They will report you.
And it's the same way in corrections world. It's like you deal with adult children. Do something they don't like, they're telling on you. Whether that you're doing your job or not, they're telling on you so you can get fired.
So true.
It's the same way in education. If you letting them get by, and you do something that they don't like, they'll tell on every single thing. Oh, they bringing in this, they doing this, they talking to this person, they saying that. I don't know, you may need to check. Next thing you know, eyes are on you. And you're like, well, I ain't do nothing. But if you got something to hide, then you may start to get in your feelings. So, as far as my opinion on the drug testing education, yeah. I think it needs to be, and it shouldn't be sporadic, not sporadic, it shouldn't be scattered amongst districts. I think across the board. Every school, everybody.
And you know, I'm glad you say that, Amber, because it's so interesting. Today, I was talking to an individual about the fact that we were going to discuss some things about education and drug testing. And that person told me, well, you know, it's all districts don't drug test. And I was like, huh? You know, because to me, I'm thinking to myself, I didn't even know that. But I guess if you're looking, you know, if you're researching to see, then maybe you would know that. So now I'm curious, and I want to start seeing what districts drug test and which ones don't. Because to me, knock, knock, you know, anybody can go and say, well, hey, I get high. Let me go to this school district. And then that might explain why your turnover rates are high and possibly why you're struggling and have certain deficiencies. So I'm passionate about education, guys. I love teaching my babies. And I'm in exceptional education. You know, it used to be special education. It's now exceptional education. I love teaching my babies. And with love, I learn things about myself. You know, it's not that I think I'm better than anybody, but I had to change some things about myself. I'm holding on to my fingernails. I'm holding on to them because I love them. You know, but as far as dress, and you know, I'm tatted up. Everybody knows Lily Mae is tatted to the T. But I make sure that my kids see me differently. And because I present to them differently, they respect me. They know I'm not their bruh. I'm not their shorty. I'm Miss Jones.
And it goes to show that, okay, well, I can be tatted too. And be professional, put on professional clothing, and go out here and teach. Because you do have a lot of people, whether it's a child or an adult, that have dealt with anxieties based on their looks. So they can say, well, I'm tatted from chest down, or you see stuff on my arm. If I go in here and I got on a short sleeve shirt, button up, they may reject me because of my tattoos, not knowing you got the credentials for the job.
True.
Not knowing that you're the right person for that job to get through whatever it is that you need to get through to the kids or the adults, what have you. So it's about perception. So for Lily Mae to be seen like, okay, I have tattoos by the kids, and the kids say, oh, well, she tatted up, but she don't act like Ray Ray and them down the street. She's real professional. She cares about us. She's about this education. Well, I can do the same thing too. And again, it's about example. Since we're held to this high standard, it's about leading and setting the example. So not everything that's ratchet is actually ratchet.
Like Amber said, it's sophisticated. And so this is MBG Speaks 101. Guys, when we come on in the spring, this is what we will be doing. We will have guests to come on. But once again, MBG Speaks 101 is going to be about information and education, because we feel like it's important for you to be informed and understand the process associated with certain things. And we're not going to go off on a tangent, but you need to understand that the Electoral College plays a huge part in electing the president. Please do not believe that your popular vote does not count, because it does. But the idea is that the popular vote should influence the Electoral College's vote, which in some instances we know when they get behind closed doors, they're going to do what they want to do. But the reality is you can be sitting in there when they cast their vote. And that's what I need you to do.
I'm passionate about that kind of stuff too.
And she is.
Government, I mean, even though I don't play the politics game, government history, that's just my passion, because I love to learn and love to just teach what I learn, for real. And the Electoral College thing is an eye-opener if you don't know about the history behind it. The great President James Madison came up with the Electoral College concept.
And he wrote the majority of our founding documents. Just so you know, he authored the majority of those documents.
And, you know, he was a slave owner, so to speak. So if you have a generalization of the slavery history and things of that nature, there's always been a tug of war or a battle between the North and the South. As long as around that time, 2/3 vote was still being in effect. You know, for every so many slaves, you get a 2/3 vote.
3/5, yeah, 3/5 vote. And that clause is still in the Constitution. It's still in there.
With that being in place, so to say that your vote doesn't count, it does count, because clearly for every 5, so many of that 5 was counted towards the plantation owner. Being that we were heavily populated in the South, James Madison came up with the idea like, well, wait a minute, if we run this thing or do presidency and we just run it by the popular vote only, we'll never win any type of presidency, because we all know slaves are going to be against slaves are going to be, now I'm having a brain fart, but slaves are going to be against us 110%. And the North is not going to feel it either. Slavery, period, they're not going to feel it. So if we base everything off a popular vote, we're going to lose every single time. So it makes you think like, okay, so it makes sense as to why the North states have less electoral college votes than the Southern states.
And so with that thought, we're going to take a break and we're going to come back, and I'm going to move from James Madison, and she knows I'm getting ready to get on my rant on Andrew Jackson and how we are witnessing the new age of the common man from Jackson to Trump. So hold on to your seats, babies. We will be back in a few minutes with our pre-airing show to MBG Speaks 101 with Amber J and Lily Mae. Hey y'all, we'll be back in a minute. Okay, cool. Hey, so get tablet so I can show you, like, the tablet up there. You can actually hold it now so you can get a better view. Oh God, are you serious?
You late, so you...
Hey y'all, I'm glad you're there. Look, feel free to call if you like. You can definitely call us. We're here, you know, if you want to call us and talk to us. The number to call us, no matter where you are, is 804-915-5202. And we would love to hear from you. Enjoying it. Our boy Solo just came in with his late self. He's so tardy. He putting up the peace sign. I don't know if y'all can see him, but there he is in front of the camera. If you're looking at the group, he is a part of New Breed Riders. Yes, he's in the bike world, so you know he is clearly showing off. But I'm glad that those of you who could tune in are tuning in. He is a professional. So yeah, definitely comment. And if we aren't getting to your comments, we will definitely address them tomorrow. This is our inaugural show, and Amber J is getting ready to go live also. So we're just really happy to have you here. And I'm gonna grab the tablet in a minute and kind of share a couple of videos. So we'll be back in just a few minutes. Can you give me the tablet? Hand me the tablet. Hey Lula, I see you chimed in. Can you invite some more on there? What I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna share yours and on the tablet. I'm gonna let the tablet go. Oh, you can turn it around because we're gonna time. Hey everybody in the group. Look, I know you're in the group, but what we're getting ready to do is we want you to, I'll take it. Thank you, Koya. Koya, if you will, I'm getting ready to share it from my page. So tune in on my page so that you can continue the dialogue. And I see Arthurina, you guys go to the live feed from Ellen Brown Girl page, and we'll be back in a jiffy.
Oh, all right, yes. Oh boy, are you getting ready? Yeah, do your new deal since you didn't get a chance to do it yesterday.
Oh, because you know I feel some type of way about the new deal, and I don't know if you did you know that this Trump presidency emulates Andrew Jackson's Age of the Common Man when he said that he didn't want the aristocrats anymore and that he didn't want the elites to govern. He wanted the common man, the businessman to come in. And now look at Trump. He even the Trail of Tears when all of the Native Americans had to walk. Yeah. And what Trump said he was gonna build that wall. Oh, okay. No one wants to see it. No one wants to see it. I see it, but nobody wants to see it. So you know, we're in a tough spot, but nevertheless, he trying, but we're not gonna let that happen.
It may be the best thing for black people because it's gonna make us unite.
Oh yeah.
Now, you know what?
We never have a choice but to unite.
Let me find out he our Moses. Is he our Moses? Yes, a master.
Yeah, that's good. That's true, because, yeah.
Yes.
But I think, but we already survived this type of stuff before.
True.
We not gonna, it's the poor whites.
You got a call, you ready to come back home?
I
put them on hold.
Okay. Perfect. Let me get this set up.
You black walk, you're all over again.
True. That much is true. You right.
So we gotta watch what we say. These cards still on me.
I ain't say nothing crazy.
I just got a call from mic's down, but they can still hear y'all
Okay.
on TV. I don't know why. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay, must be meant to be. All righty.
I'm gonna read some of these comments too.
Okay, so I am assuming we are ready, and we're going to have our tablet. We're going to use our tablet now because we need to make sure that we are getting these comments. We are ready. Make sure that we are reaching out to our people and making sure that they're, yep.
Hello everyone, we're back again. MBG Speaks 101. I'm Amber J. This is Lily Mae. We're shouting everybody out on Facebook Live on everything that we're on. We just wanted to read some of the comments that were made earlier. And please feel free to call in. The number is 804-915-5202. One of our viewers by the name of Adam Newsom, who's a faithful viewer.
From Michigan.
He made a comment saying professionalism goes hand in hand with integrity. He said, doesn't mean you don't have stuff going on, but know how to check yourself. And he pretty much made a shot at you. She's ranting and not even shooting right now when you went off air. But that's just some of the things that our faithful followers say. They pretty much chime in, tune in whenever we do go Facebook Live. And so whenever we get comments throughout, we tend to recognize them and let them know that we are listening. We see what they're saying and pretty much discuss what they're saying as far as the comments is concerned. Shout out to everybody that has tuned in.
Yes.
We see, bus driver Kev, those that are on my feed as well. And Lily Mae is going to continue her rant.
Okay.
Into
live. Okay.
Yeah, live into Andrew Jackson and the age of the common man.
Yes, the age of the common man. And so basically what I did was I went through a history lesson that my coworker and I were working on. And I thought about it. And we were talking and talking and talking. And we started to say that, wait a minute. In 1828, Andrew Jackson was the first Democrat to become president of the United States. Please note, Democrats during this time would be the modern day Republicans. Fact. Jackson's campaign strategy focused more on the common man than the educated man. Sound familiar? Fact. Politics during this era were influenced by interest group and selection bias. Sound familiar? Fact. Oh, and just so you know, this is individually and humbly submitted by yours truly. This is not from anyone else. Fact. There was an increase in voter participation, all white males, during the election of 1828. The difference in today's election is more than half of registered voters did not even attempt to use their right to vote. Fact. Andrew Jackson wanted the government to be run by people other than the aristocrats and the elite. Therefore, he hired political supporters, Exxon, Linda McMahon, to fill government jobs who was also known as the cabinet. Sounds very familiar, doesn't it? Trump. This increase in ignorant people in the government led to major corruption and unqualified legislatures. Fact. Jackson opposed members of Congress that he said looked out only for special interests. This was Trump's entire platform, away with the establishment, which emulates Andrew Jackson's spoil system. Now, let's compare immigration strategies. Ever heard of the Trail of Tears? Native Americans were forced to walk, guys, from Georgia to Oklahoma. Over 4,000 of them died on the way. Now, if that doesn't sound like that wall to be built, what does? 1828 to 2016. 1828 to 2016. It wasn't that long ago. I need you to wake up. See, this is a part of MBG Speaks 101. This is a part of that information piece. I need you to wake up and stop sitting back complaining about what isn't getting done and start getting out there making changes. You cannot be scared. And my thing is, stop talking behind the scenes. Be open. If you can't be open, you're a part of the problem. If you cannot be open, you are a part of the problem.
Nothing gets done behind silence. Nothing
No.
gets done behind a
No.
curtain. Nothing gets done behind a door.
No.
Yeah, it's your right to vote. But don't just vote in presidential. Don't just vote in
Local
Senate
and yes.
the Senate and the House. It starts at home. It starts at home because home affects first before grandma and them house come down.
That's right.
That's how you have to look at it. Okay, this mom and them house, we home right here, and grandma and them up the hill. Well, grandma and them said this is gonna happen, but in this house, this is what's gonna happen. Maybe about 2-3 years, I might think about what grandma and them saying, but right now, this is what's gonna happen. And sometimes we're gonna have to break it down like that. And that's what MBG does. We break it down.
That's right.
We break it down.
And we're not here. We're not here to throw shade. We are not here to be ugly. We are not here. Our platform is our personal platform. You know, I'm a representative on MBG as Motivational Brown Gyrlz. I'm a representative of me.
Yeah.
Me, Lily Mae, born to Bo and Betty Jones. That's who I'm a representative of. And if I got anything from my mother and father, it was that they grew up during the Depression. They were young adults during the Civil Rights Movement. Yes, my parents had me in their 40s and 50s because y'all probably like, wait a minute. But I'm proud because I have that power. I have that voice. And the simple fact that my mother and father couldn't speak back then, I can speak now.
I feel the same way.
Now,
Same way.
I understand that the water hoses no longer exist. Now there are guns. But I know how to present myself in such a way that you won't shoot me down in the street. Because number one, I respect authority. I was taught to respect authority. But I was also taught that respect is earned. And with that being stated, I know that there is power in the pen.
Yep.
I know how to write a letter to my mayor. I know how to write a letter to the president if I needed to. But see, the reality is, you need to write the letters to the department heads. So if you have an issue with taxes, you need to write a letter to the Department of Taxation head. See, these are the things that MBG Speaks 101 is going to do. We're going to give you the information you need to start handling your own house. I know I have some Bible scholars out there. As for me and my house, so that's where I am. As for me and my house, in order for you to serve anything, I don't care who you serve. I don't care who your higher power is. But as for me and my house, we have a passion for justice. We have a passion for peace. We have a passion for unity. So as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Yes, I said it. And in serving him, we are going to make sure that we're doing everything here on earth that says, I am love, I am peace, and I am justice.
I totally agree with you. I just to add to that, because she did say a whole lot. I mean, we can end the show right here for you. But again, please call in 915-5202.
Please call. We want to hear from you.
You know, give your comments. But
Yes.
I too am born to a baby boomer. My mother was born during World War II, on its way out. So my mother went to an all-black school. She the year she graduated, they just integrated some schools in Lancaster County, Middlesex, Northumberland County, all that right there. Whitestone, Virginia, stand up. So when she went to an all-black school, she actually had the option to go to an integrated school or all-black, but since she was in that school the whole time, she stayed and graduated there. My uncles went to a lot of backlash, a lot of lip through segregation, Jim Crow. And it's just baffling to me that I guess, like you said, maybe we from blood that couldn't be born. We're here, we're talking, we have liberty, so to speak, to platforms such as this to go out and educate people old and young. So I'm just grateful to even be born to someone that endured during that time frame. I mean, it just fills me up to even think about that. And I tell this tidbit. We went to see the movie Selma, and we just had to have. I had to see it with my mother, and my cousin had to see it with his aunt, because she actually told us about the makeshift weapons that they used during that time to beat people upside the head, and the same weapons that she described were the same weapons that were shown in the movie. And to sit there with her and to experience that, it was like, oh my God, you saw that, you witnessed that, and it's just kind of like, wow, how can I not? Why would I be quiet and sit back and let things pass me by? No, I can't. I won't. It's not in me. I want to stand up for what's right, and if I die by it, so be it. That was just the plan that God had for me. That's just keeping it real. That's keeping it transparent with y'all. This is MBG Speaks 101. We educate people. The more we educate, the more we can come together and fight. That pen, as she said, is miraculous.
It is.
That phone is miraculous. That face-to-face is miraculous.
Even better.
If you can go to your delegate of your district, to their office, constantly flood, they're looking at you and as a district as a number, as numbers, as votes. So the more you holler and scream and be in their face about issues in your community, the more they're going to listen, because they're going to want that vote.
But go correct. Don't go in there cursing and MFing and be this, because no one wants to hear that.
No.
But you know, Amber just gave us a great segue into, I think the best way for us to close out is to show you that not only does MBG speak, but we listen, and we're vulnerable and we're transparent. And I always want to people know that my mother will have you to believe that I was born this way, but the struggles and the battles that I have overcome is what truly gave me the power and the strength to want to do this. So many of you don't know, but people who have known me all my life, they know I fought and won the battle over obesity. Okay. If anyone knows anything about being obese and things of that nature, then you will know that there are a lot of negative stereotypes, but also a lot of health issues that come with that. And while I wasn't bound by the health issues, I did receive a lot of the tongue lashing by being an obese kid. But see, the difference is it was instilled in me at home. You remember on The Help, you is kind, you is smart, you is important. Yeah. See, my mother and father instilled that in me. So when the bullies came out, I became the bully, because you could not break my confidence. And I say that to say, I have always been strong, but I've always been vulnerable to the fact that I want to help people. I want to save the world. I don't want people to deal with the antagonists that I've had to deal with throughout my lifetime. You know, I tell people all the time, I love family. I love friends. I love people. But there are times in life when people come into your life and people invade your family, and you think that they are in your corner, all to find out that they're not. And I have dealt with that so many times in my life that I went from looking at the quantity of loved ones around me, and I began to look at the quality. Yes, I popped my collar simply because when I went to looking at quality, I found peace, I found love, and once again, as for me and my house. So see, when I got that in order, things looked up. And I want to thank my mom and my dad, God rest his soul, for that. And I got to put this plug out there. I'm going to give my brother a little bit of thanks, huge thanks, because he allowed me to boss and bully him. And he's 5 years older than me. But by him giving me a platform to start being bossy, he gave me a voice. He let me be the voice for our childhood. He let me protect him. And I'm glad, because he gave me strength and he set me up as a vessel of strength so that I could fight the good fight. And I'm still fighting, and I'm staying strong on my course. And I say the same thing for my girl, Amber. I know Amber is strong, because if she weren't strong, he wouldn't have put us together.
No, not by the circumstances how we came together. Who would have known, who would have thought two girls from opposite sides of Virginia? I'm from Bad News 757.
And I'm from Danville, Virginia.
She at the bottom of Virginia. Coming together.
Bottom?
Yeah, coming together to talk about health, wellness, everything. But again, as you see, the numbers at the bottom, 915-5202. Please call.
Please, we have 10 more minutes, definitely.
We have a couple of comments from Facebook Live. Miss Caitlin, shout out to Miss Caitlin Ann. She said, go out and vote.
She's a fellow educator, and you know, I want to put that out there. Caitlin is one of those educators that has a heart for the kids, and you know, we have endless conversations about lesson plans, but not about formal lesson plans, about how can we make the kids jump for joy like we do. You know, it's so interesting. Amber got to witness. I had my 17-year-old boys in class today on the board drawing angles. They were ecstatic, guys. Tomorrow they're going to do human angles. Human angles. They're going to use their bodies to learn about angles. And that's what it's about. That's what it's about.
And that's how they can pass the SOLs.
Yeah.
Please don't let these SOLs, even though they're a joke, and I'm going to say it, yes. Please don't let these SOLs stress educators, stress parents, stress students. Don't stress. Because in order to pass, something has to stick. SOLs have been made to
divide.
To divide and for just teach real quick and go on about your business. No, you want stuff to stick, to apply. So make it fun. When you make it fun, it commits to memory. Before that, I thank God SOLs didn't hit till after I graduated.
That's right.
But when I was in school, things were commit to memory because it was fun and we learned in a fun way.
That's right.
So if you teach it in a fun way to where they get it, it'll be no problem for when they see it. Paragraph form or what have you. We real quick want to shout out Miss LaCoya, Multi-Coya Photography.
Yes, we'll be dropping some photos later. We had our first official photo shoot, so definitely Multi-Coya Industries. And also we must shout out Miss KCC Harrison of Execute Publications and our soldier who is in Korea right now. I don't know if he's watching, but he is in Korea right now. Mr. Justin Williams, he is a Danville native. He is the CEO and founder of Broad Street Promotions. And we have to shout him out because when we were just a utero, I'm gonna say we were MBG utero.
Yeah, we
weren't even birthed yet.
Yeah.
Justin stepped in and Justin said, whatever you're doing, I'm with it. You don't know how many people we talked to about this, how many people that are already in broadcasting and media we contacted. And they turned a deaf ear to us. However, when they saw that we were moving on up the ladder quickly, guess what?
Phone started ringing.
They reached out to us.
Phone started ringing. It's amazing when, I guess in this type of business, people come with quick money, quick stuff. They just want to get on real quick and be entertained. But we're not even coming from that angle. And if you are truly genuine about what you do and you truly got that spirit of discernment, as I say, you can pick up on people who being fake and phony versus those who being real. This is coming from the heart from us. So we're not out here trying to pull people's pockets. We out here to educate because we're educators by nature.
That's right.
And we want to educate our people and others so they can go out and be informed and spread the word. I mean, I don't even know. We've done so many things on Facebook Live with the forums.
Oh yeah, overt, covert racism.
To the point where people were like, man, I didn't know that. Or
Yes.
I'm glad y'all talking about
Yes.
this. I'm suffering with this too. We talked about anxieties because, again, we're transparent. We're transparent, but yet we're private at the same time because we do have private lives.
That's right. That's right.
But we're transparent to the point where we can say, well, I'm dealing with this anxiety, or I'm dealing with depression, or I'm dealing with this, and you're not alone. A lot of people feel like they're alone, and they're not. We're just two average females.
That's
I
right.
should be just around the way, just trying to just spread love, so much love that we have, and just move forward and make some changes happen. We're agents of change.
That's right.
I happen to be a union rep for the National Coalition of Public Safety Officers. We're constantly at the General Assembly. Speaking of General Assembly, I'm going to go ahead and put this out there. For y'all that go see this movie, Loving, awesome. It's about interracial dating, marriage. That's great. But there is a history behind that. Racial Integrity Act of 1924 and the Sterilization Act of the same year came from the Loving movie. Just a tidbit. A lot of people didn't even know that.
MBG serves to inform, to educate, to motivate and inspire individuals to act in decency and in order through the provision of self-help, dialogue, and early intervention. She just gave you the information.
Go out there and look. Go out. It's right there in front of you.
Yes,
it's
yes.
right there. The Racial Integrity Act is based off the one drop rule. If you had one drop Native American, one drop Hispanic, one drop Black, you couldn't marry nobody white. And the Sterilization Act just wasn't affecting Blacks. It was affecting mental health Blacks, mental health whites. If it wasn't pure, you're being sterilized. Central State has a history too.
Oh, it does. Indeed, it does.
It's everything that you need to know or want to know is right in front of you.
You gotta
look for
yes,
it.
and that's the thing. Why? And I know a lot of you have zoned out because Empire comes on at 8 o'clock tonight, and that's fine. That's fine. But you know there is a such thing as DVR. But we have about 3 minutes left, so we definitely want to hear from you. If you want to call in, you can call in at area code 804-915-5202. We have a few more minutes, so actually we only have 5 more minutes. So definitely call in if you like. We'd love to hear from you. Give us some feedback. Tell us about things you would like for us to talk about or address when the season starts. Even when we're doing our podcast on YouNow. And if you don't have a YouNow account, go to younow.com and get one. You can find MBG_0716. But I think tonight has been awesome. We introduced Motivational Brown Gyrlz to you. You've been seeing us on Facebook, but now you see us live and in the flesh. I'm Lily Mae. This is Amber J. Like she said, I'm a country girl with a city heart. And Amber J is from Bad News. It is what it is. Where we are does not define where we're going.
Exactly.
Where we are now does not define where we're going.
I'm the calm,
because
she's the storm.
She's the calm and I'm the storm. Exactly. And with that, it's so big. It's so big. One thing we definitely want to put out there, we have a conference call number, and we host prayer calls. Yes, we do. Simply because we have to stay prayed up because the enemy is attacking us daily.
Yes.
On the job.
That's the truth.
In the family.
That's the truth.
You know, in the streets. The enemy is out there. And don't think for 1 minute that the enemy always looks opposite you. Because believe it or not, there are more intra-cultural enemies than you would even notice.
That's true. I mean, we can talk about that for hours.
And we could. MBG Speaks 101, which will air April 20th, 2017. We will touch on it.
We just want to shout out, like I said, Legacy Internet Radio, Marcus J. Ain't no half stepping with him because you know he got to put his plug.
Oh yeah, we got to put that plug out there for him. Monday nights at 7, all throttle. On Thursday nights, they open their doors. Yes, on Tuesday nights.
And live in radio, Mr. LP and Raw Silk. Just to everybody that has been supporting us since day one. Once they found out our platform and knew how genuine we were, they were with it. And I mean, that's greatly appreciated because you don't have that, especially amongst our own.
No.
Our own is so divided, and we're so quick to be like,
exactly.
oh, you're trying to get $1 from me. We need to help each other.
And you know,
out.
technically, Amber, put your hand beside mine. Technically, we're not even supposed to communicate. Because, you know, we have this whole light skin, dark skin thing going on intra-culturally. Do you know what intracultural means? It means within your own culture.
Yep. I have a story behind that.
Woo! Like I said, see, we have a lot to talk to you about. We have government 101. We have relationships, friend zone, online dating.
Interracial dating.
Yes. Self-esteem and health. We have so much to talk to you guys about. We'll talk about education. We'll talk about politics. But the biggest thing is we want to hear from you. Send us an email at mbg0716@hotmail.com or Motivational Brown Gyrlz. That's Motivational Brown Gyrlz MBG @gmail.com. And we would love to hear from you. Whatever it is that you would like for us to touch on, if you want to come and be a guest on the show, if you have an expertise in some area and you want to inform and educate, please come on the show.
By all means.
We are passionate about it. We are open. We love people. But the biggest thing is Motivational Brown Gyrlz serves to inform, educate, inspire, and motivate. We want to teach you and train you in a way that you should go, so that when you become more mature, you won't depart from it. So once again, we are Amber J and Lily Mae of Motivational Brown Gyrlz. And as always, MBG
Listens.
and then we
Speak.
Good night, everyone.
All right.
These off.
But that's it. I'll take your picture.
Oh, okay. Hey, Facebook Live. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. Do y'all realize we just did not have any kind of structure? Like
Y'all did good.
we the yin and the yang.
Y'all did good.
Yeah, you did. You did very good.
All right.
Thank you.
You know, this week
All throttle.
on Toronto Radio. You know what we heard.
So we're in the photo shoot. Thank y'all for coming in on Facebook Live. We are so excited. And this is Brother Akil, and he produced our show tonight. Solo is over here. Y'all gotta see Solo crazy. He be going in like he is passionate about everything. And but we thank you so much. We really thank you. Adam, we love you. Thank you so much. And either we're gonna have to come to Michigan or you're just gonna have to bring it down here to Virginia. This Solo, guys. Please look, get him off my camera because he is just too much.
If you don't want to hear the truth or talk about anything crazy, don't listen to All Throttle Radio tomorrow, but call in to us.
Yeah, All Throttle Radio airs tomorrow at
Talk
7
about
p.m. on Legacy
anything.
Internet Radio. Oh, yeah.
Anything.
And this one right here, you have to watch him because he be all over.
Bear with me. Bear with me.
Thank you guys again. We are closing out. We love you. We have enjoyed you. And peace and love from your girls, Lily Mae and Amber J of Motivational Brown Gyrlz. Good night.